Do you know you can actually have the best relationship with your in-laws? Yeah, you can have the most beautiful relationship with your in-laws. It doesn't have to be buzz buzz all the time. So hi guys, in today's video I'm going to be sharing with us how we can manage our in-laws, I would say, very well. And this video is specific to women because women tend to have more problems with their in-laws. Unlike men, men don't care, they don't really have the time. So that's why this video is specific to women. So if you're a woman watching me right now, you want to grab a popcorn, your wine, sit, chill, relax, and make sure you watch this video to the end because you're going to learn so much, not just a thing or two, right? And I'll be right back. So welcome back. Well, before we dive right into the video, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and do all of that good stuff to my YouTube channel. It makes me really happy. So you guys, you already know that your in-laws are very, very important in your marriage. You see, the moment you say yes to that man, that's the moment you're saying yes to marrying his family, to accepting them into your lives, his siblings, his parents, his extended family, and everybody that has to do with him, even his friends. So not to talk of your in-laws. So the moment you say yes to that man, that's the very moment you accept all these people into your life. And you know that marriage is a lifelong relationship. Like you're not getting married to leave that marriage in 2 years. You're getting married to be there forever if God wills. So you want to build a very good and solid relationship with your in-laws because you don't want to spend the rest of your life having arguments, misunderstandings, fights, quarrels, and all of that with your in-laws. Nobody wants to do that, right? So and that's why I want us to talk about it today, right? In this video, let's just basically about how to manage our in-laws. So a quick backstory, right? I used to have this what's it called, this relationship anonymous session I used to hold on WhatsApp status, and I get people to send me questions. And one of the questions I've gotten a lot, like so many, like it's a frequently asked question, is Aisha, how do you manage your in-laws? How do you become this close to your in-laws? How do you do this? How do you do this? And that's because I really do have a beautiful relationship with my in-laws. Alhamdulillah, I'm so grateful to Allah for that. And I will tell you this for free. It didn't just happen because I am a good person or because they are good people. Everything is conscious and intentional effort. Yeah, I put in the work, I would say, and maybe they did put in the work too. I don't know, but I did put in the work knowing for myself. So I'm just going to basically share with you guys the things I did. They're not even really deep, but those are the things I just did that made me have a beautiful relationship with my in-laws, both my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, and my sister-in-laws. Okay. And now when I'm talking about in-laws in this video, I'm specifically talking about your immediate in-laws. I'm not talking about your extended in-laws because if you look at it, those extended in-laws don't really have anything deep to do in your marriage, unlike your immediate in-laws, right? So now when it comes to in-laws, you have to put in the work. Okay. You see, marriage is very tricky. The same way you're putting in the work in your marriage to make your marriage work, right? That's the same way you're going to put in the work to make your relationship with your in-laws work and work very well. Now, one of the things I did when I got married, in fact, before I got married, I told God that God, I want you to give me a beautiful in-law, like the best in-law. And even if otherwise, I was ready to put in the work to make everything perfect. I know there is nothing perfect, like, but I was ready to put in the work to make everything work well in my favor, right? Because I was not ready to be in a marriage that I'm only cool with my husband and then I'm having issues with my in-laws here and there. And trust me, if you, no matter how cool you are with your husband, the moment you start having issues with your in-laws, your marriage is already shaking. That's how I see it. That's the bitter truth. So I already told Allah that I wanted a relationship, like a beautiful relationship with my mother-in-law. Especially I want a relationship that she takes me like her daughter and I take her like my daughter, like my mother, basically. So number one thing I did was I worked on my marriage. Yes, I worked on my marriage. I made sure. So now you have to put your marriage first. Your marriage has to be your number one priority. You have to make sure that you build a solid, good, and healthy relationship with your own partner That way you guys can work together as team members on how to handle each other's parents. That's the first thing I think you should do. Is because if you don't work on your marriage, there is no how you can work on your in-laws. You get, if you don't work on managing your marriage, there's no how you can manage a good relationship with your in-laws. So one of the things I did was to make sure that I and my husband have good relationship, have solid and healthy relationship. We are best of friends. We tell each other everything. So that way, even if anything is going on, I can easily run to him. He can easily run to me. I can tell him my concerns and vice versa. So I made sure that I built a good, strong relationship with my husband. So that way we work together as team members to be able to handle each other's parents. Okay, so that's the first thing I want you to do if you're watching this video as a woman. Some of you think you have problems in your in-laws. It might not even really be your in-laws. Some of you is because you have not even tackled the problem that you're having in your own marriage. That is why it is affecting your in-laws, because they are his son or he's their son. Yeah, he's their son. So if you're having issues in your marriage, and maybe they find out one way or the other, it's definitely going to affect your relationship with them basically. So work on your marriage. Sorry. So work on your marriage. That way you're able to work on your in-laws. Okay, charity begins at home. You don't leave your marriage hanging in the air, and then you're going to, or you don't leave, you don't drag your load on the floor, carrying somebody's load on their head, on your head. Okay, so that is basically number two. What you want, number two things, sorry, what am I saying? The second thing you want to do is to pick your battles. I don't know if you have heard this thing before, but there's something called picking your battles. Now, there are so many things that happen as between you and your in-laws. You don't have to react to everything. You don't have to respond to everything. You don't have to talk about everything. Make sure you focus your energy on things that are way important than so many unnecessary things. Now, when you have on misunderstanding maybe with your sister-in-law or your brother-in-law, sit yourself down and look at it. I'm like, is this issue worth my marriage? What is going to be the aftermath of this issue? Is it going to flare up? Is it going to be a big issue that we're going to cause problem in this relationship? So if the issue is something very minor and not just really making sense, I feel like you should just overlook it. Overlook it, ignore it, just forget about it. If it's something you can actually forget about, but if it's actually a very serious issue that you know that if you don't tackle this issue, if you don't talk about this issue, it's going to cause serious problems in your marriage or your relationship with your in-laws, then beautiful, you can go ahead and talk about it. But if it's a very minor issue that you know in your head, you see these things, we know what we do. If it's a very minor issue that you know in your head that you can actually do away with it and nothing's going to happen to you, trust me, pick your battles and do away with it. You need to focus your energy on better things. See, you are in that relationship with them, a lifelong relationship, and there are plenty other issues that will come up. So you need to focus your energy on other issues that are very, very important. Leave those unnecessary issues. You don't need it. See, forget in-laws. Let's even talk about even among our families. There are times that your mother or your dad or your anybody around you or your friends does something to you that you just ignore. That's the same thing you need to apply when you're dealing with your in-laws. Don't say because they're your in-laws that you have to say everything. Forget about what you have to forget about. Let bygones be like bygones. There's sometimes that you don't even need to tell your partner about it if it's not that deep, if something that you can do away with. So pick your battles. You see, you don't need to stress yourself and focus your energy and attention on unnecessary things. Channel those energy and attention to better issues that needs serious attention and serious intervention, right? So pick your battles. If you have not heard that before, I'm telling you for free today. That will save you a whole lot as a woman. So you want to respect your in-laws. That's another thing you want to do. The same way you are respecting your family members and your parents, that's the same way you should respect your in-laws. Your husband sees how you treat his parents, how you treat your parents, sorry. So if you are treating his parents otherwise, maybe in a bad way, trust me, it's going to affect your marriage. And you don't want anything that's going to affect your marriage, right? So you want to respect your in-laws, adore them, appreciate them, and do so many good stuff to them. It costs you nothing really. So respect is very, very good. And as we all know that respect is reciprocal. If you respect them, definitely they're going to respect you. So I feel like respect is a very integral part when it comes to managing your in-laws. Another thing you want to consider doing is building a very, very good and quality relationship with them. Emphasis on quality. Yeah, build a very good and quality relationship with them. Celebrate milestones with them. Gift them if you can. Wish them on their birthdays. Just basically spend quality time together. Visit them. Attend their family events and so many more. You see all these wives that used to say, I'm the wife, Jerry. I'm a rich wife. I don't attend family events. Attending family events is not going to cost you anything, especially when you know that you're not doing anything. You can go. Attend family events. Relate with them. Be open minded. Be loose. No, I will not say totally loose because some in laws, when you are totally loose with them, it might start causing another thing. But have an open mind towards them. Have an open communication with them. Be open minded. Relate with them like your family. Like open your hands to them. Do you get? So build a very good and quality relationship with them. Me, for a fact, I'm going to be using myself as an example. On my mother-in-law's birthday, I'm trying my possible best to be the first person to call her. I call her regularly as much as I call my parents, even my sister-in-laws. I just basically do everything to make sure that we all live peacefully. Like I have said earlier, you're going to be in this marriage for the longest time till death do you guys apart, basically. So you don't want to be having occurring issues with anybody, not your partner, not your in-laws, okay? So you want to try as much as possible to build beautiful relationship with them. And one of the ways to do that is by having quality time and spending time with them, being open-minded. Don't be forming I'm a wife. Maybe your husband is rich and not for me, I'm a wife, rich woman. It's not gonna take you anywhere, my opinion, okay? So build a beautiful relationship with them and trust me, you're gonna live happily ever after. You're not gonna regret it, okay? Another thing you want to do is always involve your spouse. See, we are humans and there is no how we're not going to fight, but we're definitely going to have misunderstandings. You even have misunderstanding with your husband, even with your siblings, even with your own parents. Talk more of your in laws. So, definitely, misunderstandings are going to come. But in situations like that, I feel like there are some misunderstandings that when you have with your in laws, you want to involve your spouse. As I said, you should build a good relationship with your spouse. Not every time that you want to talk to them directly, because sometimes your anger or the way you're gonna talk to them might not be the best. So you want to involve your spouse. You can tell your spouse that, oh, his sister did that, or his brother did this, or his mom did this, and maybe they should help you to talk to he should help you to talk to them. And believe me, I feel like that's the best way to approach them, because I mean he knows his family very well to the T, the same way he knows you very well to the T. So let him be the middleman. Let him be the one to do the talking. If there is anything that is really, really going on, that is very deep, that you cannot let go of, or that you cannot ignore, talk to him, let him resolve it. And I feel like that's the best thing to do as a wife. Yeah, you don't have to say, nah, it's me all the time. I want to be in the front. I want to be in the front. Nope, it's not gonna work like that always. Okay, they might perceive what you are saying in a different way, even if you mean good. So you want to involve your spouse when you have burning serious issues with your in-laws. Okay, another thing you want to do is do not always put your mouth in what they did not invite you. See, in this life, learn how to set boundaries, learn how to be in your space, right? One thing I do is if I'm not involved in any family issue, I don't put my mouth. I'm grateful that my mother-in-law tries as much as possible, even my sister-in-law, to like involve me, tell me about everything that is going on in the family, like seek for my opinion. But on their issues that they do not seek my opinion, I don't go around asking them questions, okay? Because I mean that's their family, and I also have my family where they don't I don't tell my husband everything that's going on in my family. Like my husband doesn't poke nose on everything that's going on in my family. So when they don't involve you in issues, you can just stay away. It's not as if they are fighting with you. It's not as if you are fighting with them. It's just that that's their family issue. Fine, they're already part of your family, but you are a wife in that house. That's the truth, and so you just want to make sure you set some boundaries and be on your lane in some cases, not all the time. So very important, do not poke nose in what you are not called to, because that way I feel like there will be that way I feel like it's just like maybe creating room for unnecessary shenanigans you get. So basically, do your thing. When they ask you for your opinion, give your opinion sensibly. But when they don't ask you for your opinion, keep your opinion to yourself, right? Another thing I think you should do in building good relationship with your in-law, which is what I did, don't talk ill about them in front. Like, don't always say, so as like some people just say bad things about their in-laws in front of their husbands. You're not even supposed to be saying any bad thing about your in-law, but even if you should, not in front of your husband. I mean, he loves you, he loves them too. So if you're saying, oh, don't mind your sister, don't kiniko, don't mind your brother, trust me, your marriage will be shaky, because he's gonna be saying you like, you don't like my parents, okay? My you don't my siblings interest is not in your heart, okay? So you want to mind what you say in front of your husband about your in-laws, basically. I feel like those are the few points that I have to share. I didn't really do anything serious, honestly. For all the people that has been asking how do I have a good relationship, I just put in the work and put in efforts. I don't feel too big. I don't feel like, oh, my father is this, my mother is this. Nope, I don't feel too big. I put in the work, I put in conscious effort. I make sure I call them as much as I can, talk to them, laugh, gist, and just do all of those things, and just let go of what is really not necessary. So those are the things, sorry guys. So those are the things I just did basically. I'm still going to be sharing more in subsequent videos, but for this video, I don't want to be too long. That's what I did. If you have questions for me, please leave them in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned 18 or 2 or so many things. Let me know what any of the point that resonates with you in the comment section. And please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and do all of that good stuff to my YouTube channel. And I'll be sure to see you in my next one. Bye, guys.